Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Today I want to talk about U visas, and I want to show you the actual data to explain the U visa backlog. Okay, so USCIS publishes metrics. I'm going to reduce the size of my head and show you the PDF behind me here. I might even need to reduce it even smaller so you can see it. All right, so here you are with me. I got this on USCIS.gov inside of its data vaults. You can see where it keeps its statistics if you really wanted to follow this URL, okay? But you don't have to go to the URL. Look at this document with me. This shows the, it's all the quantity of the I-918 petitions for U non-immigrant status. So these are U visa applications from 2009 to 2022, okay? And so, you know, you can see here, number of victims of criminal activities, U visas who are applying versus their family members, and then the fiscal year total, because you just add that plus that equals this, okay? So let's look at an example. So in 2009, there were 6,850 U visas received. There were 6,045 approved. 661 were denied, said that they didn't qualify for a U visa. And then there were 11,000 that were pending that year. It was the first year they were taking cases, and so many people applied at the end of the year before they were able to adjudicate them. Okay, so that's the initial. That was the first year into it, and then there were several more cases. 4,000 cases received from family members. 2,838 were approved. 151 were denied. And there were this number pending, okay? Then there was basically doing the math, this plus that equals that, and you can see that in total there were 8,000 approved for that year. Well, the way it works is the law says that the government can only approve 10,000 U visas from the principal per year, and so you see, you know, 10,015, 10,025. It's hovering right around the $10,000 number in each of these years. Now, you might say, hey, why can they go 13 over? Well, they're allowed to do that in certain situations. If ICE requests, or if an immigration judge requests that a certain person's U visa be adjudicated, then it can do that. It can issue some more, but it's not very flexible, right? They've got to limit it. Plus, there's a slight difference in the numbers given to the Vermont Service Center versus the Nebraska Service Center. When they do all the math, sometimes it's just slightly over the $10,000 mark every year, okay? So it's really the petitions received by the U visa petitioner that's the limiting factor. As many family members could get it as possible, right? So here, theoretically, this number could be more than 10,000. You'll see, you know, there are some times where there's up to like 17 or 18,000, 19,000 even, that might be approved in one year when you add in all the family members. But anyway, so look at where we are right now. Look at where we are right now. So this is first quarter of 2022. They don't have second quarter data yet. All right, they're probably compiling it. It'll probably be released pretty soon. But so what this says is just in the first quarter of 2022, there were 5,000 new U visa applications received. They approved 4,900 of them, denied 500 of them, and now there's this backlog, and this is the important number. It's 171,303 cases is the backlog, okay? And you can see it right here of pending cases. Well, knowing that, It's like, I was looking for my calculator. I got my old-fashioned calculator here. Like, do the math, pop quiz, all right? 171,303 cases. If no one else applied for a U visa ever again, how long will it take to, maybe, how long will it take for the government to grant or to adjudicate all of those cases? It's only allowed to do 10,000 a year. How long is it going to take? Well, let's do the math. 171,303 divided by 10,000. It's going to take how many years? 17.13 years. If you file a U visa today, it's going to take 17.13 years before you get a response. Got it? That's like, it's just there. And that number could change because it's not, they can approve 10,000, they're going to deny some. All right? And so it might not, maybe it'll take 16 years, maybe it'll take 15 years, but it's like, there's a lot of lawyers out there that are saying, oh, it's just going to take a few years to get your visa. It's not true, all right? You're in a long process, a potentially 17-year process to get your visa. Got it? You got to know that. You got to understand it. So 17 years, that's the number you're looking at, okay? And what's the government done about it? So they've issued a process to get bona fide determination work permits so that people can get work authorization while they're waiting because it's taken so long, right? And so on just the next page here, they talk about this. And what they say is, okay, in fiscal year 2021, they granted bona fide determination work permits to 12,000 people. Yay, 12,000 people. They said that 2,484 people were not eligible. All right? And that doesn't include the eligible family members. There's even more eligible family members that can get the work permit. Okay? So yay, all right? 12,000 in a year. But let's do the math again. There's 171,000 cases pending, right? And so how long is it going to take to get your work authorization card? Well, it's going to take a long time, all right? And they're speeding up this process. They're allowed to issue more than they have before. The bona fide determination process is a new process, and they can do it. They can start doing it for everybody that's in the waiting list as long as they've done their biometrics and things like that. There's no statutory limit. There's no legal limit on how many of these they can grant. There's just a practical limit of how many immigration officers do they have looking at it. All right? And so we're going to see, and USCIS is putting processing times. I'll show you. USCIS.gov. Go down. Current processing times. They used to never say what they were for the I-918 application for a U visa. And we'll say it's at Nebraska. Many are at Vermont. These are just for the bona fide determination process. What is your receipt date? You could put it on here. Learn more about case inquiries. If I put in a date of let's say today's date, May. I will put in May of May 5th. And I'm going to put in 2019 just to give a sense of what this would say. Your case is in normal process. The earliest you could submit questions right now, at least, on today's calculation is September 16th of 2024. Don't contact before it's this date. Now that processing time could change. It probably will. Okay, but that's what it's saying. And so now you've got a way to understand what the backlogs are. I just want you to be aware of what the U visa backlogs are. This is the reality. I'm filming this. It's May 5th of 2022. And so thank you so much for watching this. If this was useful information, if it was helpful information, hey, please subscribe to our channel. If you are applying for a U visa, I highly recommend that you hire an attorney that knows what they're doing. Why? Because you don't want to pay money. You don't want to have a case that takes 17 years and then end up having it done wrong and now having to do it over again. You don't want that. You want it done right. You want it done professionally. You want it done well. You want to maximize your chances of winning your case so that at the end of it, you get your immigration status and you get to move on with your life. Okay? If my office can help you with that in any way, we love U visas. We have won a lot of U visas. We would love to help you with your process. We're just a phone call away. Just give us a call. We'd love to do that. Okay? So thank you so much. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.